Hello all, and welcome to Stingray Tom's Florida and another Take 5 for Florida History. Today I'll be spending some time in the Lake County city of Claremont, not far from the Citrus Tower, in one special former orange grove located on U.S. Route 27. Once known as Governor's Grove, it's a nearly forgotten plot of land created for a commercial promotion that was connected with the National Governors Association in the late 1950s. As such, it became an unusual tourist stop on Route 27 for a number of years. The National Governors Association was founded in 1908. 113 years later, it's self-described as the voice of the leaders of 55 states, territories, and commonwealths, dedicated to leading bipartisan solutions that improve citizens' lives through state government. Through the association, the governors identify priority issues and deal with matters of public policy and governance at the state, national, and global levels. As of 2021, the site of the Governor's Grove on Lake Felter in Claremont is undeveloped. It's possible that the only time it had been developed was when the Minute Maid Corporation created the grove in 1958. At the time, the area surrounding the 115-acre or 46-hectare lake was planted with citrus trees, as was the majority of the neighboring property. Incorporated in 1945 at the end of World War II, the Florida Foods Corporation became successful when it began using a new process to create frozen orange juice concentrate. The process was developed in 1948 through the University of Florida's Citrus Research and Education Center. The name of the company was quickly changed to Minute Maid to reflect the ease of preparation of the novel product. It became a huge commercial success and continues to be a significant part of agriculture in Florida and around the world. Not only is the concentrate available in the frozen food section of every grocery store, the majority of the refrigerated juice available in stores starts out as frozen concentrate. This not only makes it much easier to supply citrus juices year-round, but it also enables American companies to import juice from Brazil, the world's largest supplier with roughly 25% of total orange production. By the late 1950s, Minute Maid was a large and successful company. Initially, its headquarters were in New York, but in 1957 it relocated to Orlando, which had been the unofficial capital of the citrus industry in the state for decades. The office location was on U.S. Route 441, better known as Orange Blossom Trail, at the intersection with State Route 50, the main east-west road in the middle of the state. In 1958, Minute Maid worked with the National Governors Association to create an unusual and rather interesting promotion. They would create and dedicate the Governor's Grove in 1958, the same year that the National Governors Association annual conference was held in Miami Beach. Coincidentally, the then Florida Governor, Leroy Collins, was the National Governors Association chair from 1958 to 1959. Minute Maid took part of one of their groves and put a white crossbuck fence around an acre of it on the shore of picturesque Lake Felter. Not surprisingly, the grove featured Valencia oranges, a variety noted for producing very sweet juice which was hybridized around 1850 in Southern California and was named for the orange-growing region in Spain. Each of the 55 trees that was dedicated to a particular state or territory was placed in an area of 400 square feet or 37 square meters in size. Minute Maid would pick the oranges every year and send the crop to each governor. Outside the fence were tables so that travelers could stop and picnic while exploring the grove of trees. Visitors were encouraged to find their state's tree, which was marked with a white sign, and to get a photo with it. Of course, the name Minute Maid featured prominently on the sign. It was promoted as a symbol of perpetual friendship between Florida and the other states and territories. The grove was located on U.S. Route 27 and was only 25 miles from the new Minute Maid office in Orlando. It was also just 3 miles south of the Citrus Tower, which had been completed in 1956, just 2 years before the grove was created. The Citrus Tower was Claremont's dramatic entry into Florida tourism and marked the second tourist tower to be built close to US 27. The first being Bach Tower in 1929, located about an hour's drive south in Lake Wales. As of 2021, the Governor's Grove site is undeveloped and lacks any orange trees. That's not surprising. The late 1980s saw Claremont lose its citrus groves due to disease, freezes, pests, and the ever-encroaching development from Orlando. From the location of the grove, which is about 1,000 feet south of Citrus Tower Boulevard, a housing development can be seen on the southern end of the lake, while in 2020 a commercial area was being constructed on the northwest shore. Some of what's known about the Governor's Grove comes from a postcard originally printed around 1958. Here's an example of it from Stingray Tom's archive. It shows the grove on the front, and between the image and the information provided on the card, it's not too difficult to realize the location is the shore of Lake Felter. Now, it's not really clear as to how long the Governor's Grove continued to operate. Copies of the postcard appear to be the only remaining evidence of the site, though adjacent property is still referred to as Governor's Lake on the Lake County Property Appraiser's website. The message on the back of the postcard reads, Governor's Grove, located 3 miles south of the Citrus Tower on Highway US 27, Claremont, Florida. Each governor of the United States and territories had a tree and 400 square feet of land presented to him at the Governor's Conference in Miami Beach, Florida in 1958 by the Minute Maid Corporation. The fruit from each tree will be picked and sent to the governor of each state every year. The grove is maintained by the Minute Maid Corporation. Visitors welcome. In 1960, 2 years after it was dedicated, Minute Maid was purchased by the Coca-Cola Company, and in 1967 the Minute Maid headquarters moved from Orlando to Houston, Texas. Unfortunately, like most former Florida attraction sites, there's little to see anymore. These photos are all from 2020. Still, it's worth a drive-by if you're heading to the Citrus Tower. Considering the level of development in the area, it may not be open ground for too much longer. By the way, the 3 territories and 2 commonwealths that are part of the National Governors Association are American Samoa, Guam, and the Virgin Islands, plus the Northern Mariana Islands and Puerto Rico. Governor's Grove is just one of the many odd and fascinating aspects of Florida tourism and the immense citrus industry that once dominated Central Florida. Thanks again for watching another video from Stingray Tom's Florida. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified on the latest videos on the channel. Stingray Tom's Florida, traveling through time around the Sunshine State.